Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I am playing Worms Revolution Extreme. Alright, so let's just have a look at what we got here. We got single player and versus and yeah. Alright, let's just go have a look at the help and options first. You've got your basic details about how everything works here. We've got audio settings. I always quite appreciate having separate audio sliders. Also, hold on, let's just look at that again. Look at that heavy. Look at him. General settings, we've got cross save. This game does have cross save with the PlayStation 3 version of Worms Revolution. However, there is no cross buy. It's just cross save, and there's also cross play in some respects. I'm not 100% sure if the game is cross-play in terms of one player can be on the Vita, one player can be on the PS3. There's also rear touchpad aiming. This game does have touchpad controls in places where you would expect it to be, and places where you wouldn't. So as you can see, I'm going to use the I'm using the touch controls there. Rear touchpad aiming I'm not going to use because I have tried it and it is not that good. It's hard to be precise on the rear touchpad, that's for sure. Playable intro, now that's a weird thing. The playable intro is basically like a tutorial to get you right into the action, but then the game spends like 2 or 3 of the campaign missions getting you replaying the stuff that was in the intro. It's kind of odd. So let's go and customize our worms, just for the hell of it. Now, the idea is that there are 4 different types of worms in this game compared to just the one that were in the other Worms games. You've got the scientists, which are basically, they're kind of weak, but they can make really strong objects like sentry guns and other such things. And they can also give you health back at the beginning of every turn. You've got the scouts, which are really small, light, and take extra damage, but they move really fast and they jump really far. You've got the heavies, which are slow bastards, but they do deal a heap of damage. And then you've got the all-rounders, who are the normal worms, the soldiers. So anyway, if you didn't notice, it's always been a little bit of a tradition of mine. I always name my worms after Siphon Filter characters. You have to purchase worms with credits that you win through gameplay through the campaign missions. So I'm just going to buy some. I've also unlocked new items because of that. I'm not going to bother renaming these two. Let's go to the formations. This is where you make specific formations of worms that you choose to take into battle. So you can set this, if I set this as my default formation, I'll take 2 worms and 2 heavy worms into battle. If I set all soldiers, it'll be just 4 regular worms. I'll create a formation just to show it off. So, I'll just name this one all-rounded. And I'll put in... Oh no, hold on. My bad. So you got your 4 worms here. I'll just move, one of each worm into each slot. And the idea is, you use different formations for different types of strategy. So if I use my heavy and medium, I'd be more of an attack. If I used all my soldiers, I'd be more well-rounded. If I went all-rounded, however, I would probably try and use all of their individual things to my advantage. Now, you can also customize your worms. Now, this is one part of the game I really don't like, because it feels like they could have put a little more effort into this. But see how I only have 1 accessory on? Yeah, that's me being forced to. You can only have 1 accessory on at once. See, you can't have glasses, or different hats, or different little accessories like that. You're exclusive to just 1 accessory, which is kind of annoying. Because you think that they'd be able to do more than 1. Like in Worms Ultimate Mayhem, where you could have like 4 different accessories. You've also got a trinket. I've got a few here. And your worms just basically play with these when they're not doing anything. I'm going to stick with my mustache right there. Gravestones, pretty simple really. If your worm dies, that's what they turn into. Your victory dance, pretty obvious really. See that little worm in the front there doing a silly little dance. I quite prefer this one myself. Sandbanks. They're pretty much the same as every other Worms game ever.
These things come in small packages. That worm looks to be greased.
It's weird, they only play a really small stand.
You made that bullet count, soldier.
They only play small clips sometimes, which is kind of strange.
You should try your luck. Oh, that's you.
Actually kind of like that one. And of course your fort. I'm not 100% sure if this comes into the campaign or not, but there is a forts mode in this game where 2 forts are made on different sides of the map. I'll just pick one at random, because whatever. And you can also edit game settings, so basically these are just different game schemes that give you, that let you choose different weapons to start off with and different options in the game. So these are all the basic weapons you've got in the game. I'll explain some of them later on. Oh god, they actually put Armageddon in this one. Sometimes these games don't have Armageddon, sometimes they do. And you've also got your different game options right here. And crate options. I'm not going to bother saving that one, but alright, let's just go back here. You've got online leaderboards for both single player missions in terms of times taken to win those missions, and you've also got deathmatch forced and classic ranked modes. See, I have no idea if these leaderboards are combined with the PlayStation 3 version or not, but I'm going to assume they are, because there's no way over 2,000 people have a copy of this game already. Alright, so let's just go back. Now, I'm not going to try online multiplayer because there is going to be absolutely nobody online, but I'll try and show off treasure here. The idea is you play with a friend who has Worms Revolution on the PS3. They get chests and you get keys, and you share the two between your friends in order to what's the word I'm thinking? In order to unlock the chests. Now, I've been told that basically these don't have any sort of important gameplay things or weapons or all that. They're just visual things. So like there's a crown accessory or a gravestone that looks like a sarcophagus. So if you have a friend on PS3, I'm still not 100% sure how that works. But there you go. So let's go have a look at the single player. Now, the game has 2 main modes, which are campaign and puzzles. In campaign, you go around these levels, one world at a time. You can also choose your formation up here. So I'm just going to, I'll stay with the all-rounder just so I can show off the 4 different types of worms. But let's just go back here. Excuse me. Puzzles are basically the same thing. You have different puzzles to do with one worm. I'll show them off later. And you've also got the 3 DLC episodes for Revolution included free in this game. So we've got All the Fun of the Fair, which are more puzzles, really. Missions on Mars, which are more death matches. And Medieval Tales, which is the most unique of them all. It's like a continuing campaign where you get weapons and stuff along the way, and you have to basically solve, you have to save specific worms while getting help from other worms like wizards and such. It's really unique. Also included is Versus mode. You've got 3 different modes, which are Deathmatch, which is basically just a normal game of worms. Forts, which is basically 2 structures on either side, and Classic, which is a game of worms, but all the new features of Revolution basically have been removed. So let's have a look at the campaign. I'll play one of the spooky levels. game doesn't have that bad loading times. But just they're okay. They're alright. They're fine.
In all my years as a wildlife documenter, I've never witnessed natural brutality like you worms exhibit. I love it. Yes, the penguins with the machetes were hilarious to watch, but you fellas really are the business end of a bun fight on a minefield. Let's have another scuffle, where only one team can walk away. Now this will be brilliant.
So yeah, if you just remember who that voice is, but you can't remember the name of the guy.
Oh, for a death match. They seem up for it. What's the matter with you lot? Forgot your packed lunches? As pride comes before a fall, taunting comes before a grisly death. You, my friend, are a weapon, okay? So take the safety catch off and obliterate something. I'd only wish you good luck if I thought you needed it. So, good luck.
If you're wondering who that was Matt Perry. He was on the IT Crowd, along with a couple of other things, which I'm not 100% remembering of right now. So yeah, anyway, this is Worms. There are two things you will have noticed immediately. One, the game doesn't look that good. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. These textures on the ground are just awful. The backdrops are okay and the worms are okay, but I mean, if I zoom out like this, it just kind of looks horrid, especially on later levels. So I'm just gonna do something real quick. If you don't know what Worms is, it's turn-based combat. It basically took the idea of... Oh, Christ. Well, that was a horrible fail. I forgot to check the wind. So, anyway, the first thing you may notice, the game looks pretty bad. The second thing you may have noticed, it runs horribly at points. Look at that frame rate. That is sub-double-digit frame rate. My lord. Look at that. That's just bad. That is really bad. And the thing is, it runs better zoomed out than it does zoomed in. That's insane. I have no idea why that happens. Alright, so anyway, for those of you who don't know what Worms is a turn-based physics game. The idea was come up by Scorched Earth back in the early 80s, I think it was. You had a bunch of weapons, and you set your angle and your power, and you fired a shot off, and if you hit the enemies, great. If you didn't, well, not so great. Also, damn, that was so close. And basically, Worms took the idea and improved it a lot by adding really silly sets of weapons. And really silly sets of weapons and a sort of unique personality. And I will admit, this game does have a bit of humor and charm to it, especially the worm animations. I always liked Worms Ultimate Mayhem's Worms the most because they had the most funny animations. So anyway, I'm going to do the most insulting thing you can ever do to a Worms player. There are mines on the ground. There's also water and weapon crates and explosives. I'll show them off when I get the chance to. Now, the game does have a specific set of controls for the touching, so you can move the camera using the touchscreen, but there's really no point because the exact second you move a worm or a worm moves, the camera will jump to where they are, so it'll keep jumping back and forth like an insane person. I'll just turn this down a little because I can't hear myself speak that well. There are plenty of new features in this version of Worms, for example, though. So there is water. So let's just blow this up and see if I can't do something. Okay, so I blew that up and I'm gonna die. Brilliant. I would retry at this point, but that would be gay. Well, not gay, that would be horrible. That would just be, like, bad sportsmanship. So, as you can see, we've got, these guys have got some heavies and some, just some bastards over here. I've still got my... Wait a minute. Am I playing all soldiers? I'm playing all soldiers. Shit, I didn't realize I was playing all soldiers. So it's weird, the game runs a ton better zoomed out than it did zoomed in. I have no idea why that is. I really have to thank them for giving my worms a way out, though.
Upgrade received.
Get out of my way. So the basic controls are: you use the square button to jump, square button twice to double jump, X is to fire your weapon, circle is to bring up your weapons panel, which, by the way, can be controlled via touchscreen. What else is there? L and R zooms your game in and out. Right stick moves your camera. Up and down aims your weapons. The control set as a thing, it works just fine. Really, there's nothing wrong with the control set in this game. It works. It just works. Unfortunately, the low frame rate does tend to lend itself to control problems at some times, but I've never really seen it come up in a situation that'll probably kill me. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, really. Hello, Ghastly. However, the AI in this game does feel really stupid at times. I mean, sometimes it'll get AI, shots that are directly on the mark, and a lot of times they'll do something like that, where they'll just have a direct shot on you, and
Damage sustained.
or like even a bazooka shot, where they'll have a direct shot on you, but they just, you know, and they'll hit it, and sometimes they'll miss it, but not by much. There. Not what I was aiming for. Hold on. If I zoom up to here, look at the water. Just some of it falls out, and just yeah, that's weird. That looks really weird. Although I have it on decent authority that the PS3 version of this performed really badly too, so I don't know if this is a carryover from that port or if it's something new altogether. But seriously, why does it perform better when it's showing less on screen? Are they playing with some sort of level of detail thing?
Affirmative. Damage has been received.
God, I really have no idea what I'm doing here. This is horrible play from me, myself, and I. Do I have a jetpack? I do. Jetpack in this game handles awfully. Ah, shit. Alright, so anyway, you've seen enough of that. Yeah, I'm totally not going on with that. I'll just play a classic match at the end on a random map. But yeah, jetpack handles horribly. For those of you who don't really know much about me, which, to be fair, you really shouldn't know much about me unless you're stalking me or something. But I used to be a huge player of Worms Armageddon. Used to be. I have friends in the Worms Armageddon community. I know some of the best Super Sheep players. I know some of the best ropers. I know some of the best people. Back in 2011 or 2012.
Look at this Joker. He's great. Good luck to you, Cheeky. I want Cheeky resembling roadkill in the next few minutes. One problem, there's no weapons left. Panic ye not. There's box Wormageddon in these crates here. Here also. Now, what possible use could mines be in a war zone? Statistically speaking, you're 100% more likely to survive this if you kill the enemy first. Use these mines.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, I am a big Worms player. I spent a lot of time a while ago playing it, especially Worms, especially Shopper. Remember Shopper? I used to love playing Shopper a lot. So yeah, anyway, we're playing a puzzle mode here. I think the idea is that I'm going to want to kill this bastard using the mines. And thankfully this jetpack appears to have infinite fuel, so I'll just use it to fly around and get all the crates. And people who are die-hard Worms fans are going to have to ask me this eventually. Did they fix the ninja rope? No, the ninja rope feels horrible. I'm sorry. I have to tell you that the ninja rope is still horrible as the way it is. And the jetpack doesn't really feel that good either. I mean, like, it skids everywhere. That's annoying as hell. Oh. Okay, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Alright, let's just try putting an electromagnet down about here, maybe? Not good. Also, I'm poisoned for some reason? So I have to do this all in, like, what, one turn? God, I have no idea. Maybe I should play a puzzle level that I actually know how to do. Holy crap. Do I have something? No, I don't. I just... God, I hate puzzles sometimes. But yeah, there are a good set of puzzles here. Like, there's one here. Let me think. Was it this one? Free Ride? Like, there are some clever puzzles in this game. There's a ton of clever puzzles. Like, I'm pretty sure this one is one I'm thinking of.
I'd pay strict attention to this if I were you, sir.
I'll skip map errors narration. Yep, this is the one I'm thinking of. So, this is a mode where you basically have to get this worm here into that little alcove. How do you do it? With a baseball bat. I'm sorry, that's one of the most clever ideas this game has. A puzzle based around using a worm as a baseball. Oh yeah, there are sentry guns down there. But yeah, there are some really clever puzzles in this game. Unfortunately, a lot of them are actually really hard. So, getting them all to a point where you are actually being smart enough to do them is really going to come into play. Oh god. But yeah, that's actually a really clever puzzle. You use nothing but baseball bats and telekinesis, which is moving physics objects. But I'm just going to go and yeah, there are, the puzzles are fun. Medieval Tales, I'm not going to show off Medieval Tales because that's actually really unique and hard to understand if you haven't gone from the very beginning. But there is a lot of content here. You do get, like, the 30 base levels or something like that. You get in campaign, plus all the puzzles. And then you get all the single-player DLC, and then you've got all the versus modes, which I'm just going to play a quick game of right here. I guess I'll play the normal deathmatch. I'll play intermediate, I guess, and I'll add some squaddies, I guess. And let's play a game of that while I go over my final thoughts. Hopefully, less stupidly this time. So yeah, just while I'm here, you can generate maps. There are, or you can just have random maps altogether. There are your 7 different themes. There were 4 themes plus the 3 themes unlocked in the Worms Revolution DLC. I'll play on an open map. As you can see, map generation is really slow. I don't understand why it's so slow in this game. Let's see, just yeah, it'll do. So, let's just get, while I'm playing this, let's figure out what my overall thoughts are. And what are my overall thoughts? Well, it's a bit slow, it's a bit choppy, the AI can be really smart or really dumb sometimes. But, to be perfectly fair on it, it's Worms, and to be fair, Worms is actually really fun sometimes. When you're not being screwed over by amazing shots, or the frame rate isn't annoying you. But, yeah, as I said, just, this game really is a lot of fun to play, especially if you have friends to do it with, because you can play local multiplayer, along with online. Ooh, Jesus. I could always use a bunker buster, I guess? What do I use it for, though? Do I have anything I can use? There are a lot of interesting guns here. Let's just work with what I've got, though. What can I use? I need to get out of here. I'll use one of my teleports and beam out. I should have beamed right on top of that crate. I'm an idiot. The weapon selection in this game isn't too bad. I mean, most of the Worms games the last few years haven't had the best weapon selections. But I mean, I guess they all work as the way you expect them to. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. Basically, I am gonna like finish this mission off here, just for this video, so I don't look like an absolute quitting cretin. But he's gonna fire punch me, isn't he? No, he's gonna get the coins. Oh yeah, you can buy weapons in the shop for coins. But I don't have a problem with worms as a thing. And if you want worms on the Vita, you don't have much choice, because Battle Islands was just really bad. It did nothing that was even worth writing home about. Ooh. I love doing this. It had nothing that was worth writing home about, and Revolution, I mean, like, it's got some good ideas, but but the graphics are actually really working against it right now. I'm hoping they'll patch it so that the frame rate stays high when you're zoomed in. But I do like this game a fair bit. It's definitely interesting. The water mechanics with the water mechanics are interesting. The physics objects are interesting. The yeah, if you fall into water, it makes you hard to move, and you lose 5 health in every turn. You can also get washed away, as you saw earlier on. Let's swap worms again. I got a mole. Okay. Let's baseball bat this bastard. Actually, you know what? Fire punch. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got nothing against worms as a thing, and this is the best you're going to get on the Vita, so if you're looking for a worms game, this is probably the best place to go get it. It's got interesting mechanics, it's got online multiplayer. Just, you know, if you are going to buy it, be prepared for pretty bad performance in general. Like, hold on, I think I can... yeah, you can make it, like, toggle the level of detail just by zooming in and out really fast. I wonder if you can see that. Pay close attention to the slime. Oh, well, it's not the slime. Pay close attention to everything else, really. Do I have a jetpack? I do. Are these ones just lining themselves up for the slaughter, or what? Different weapon, actually. I could use a sentry gun or a poison gun. I'll use a water pistol. Oh well. Whee! Oh god, I shouldn't have 3 of them there. That's not good. Yeah, so now that my guys are underwater, they're going to lose 5 each turn. But yeah, you know, if you want worms, this is the best you're going to get on Vita, so, you know, if you like worms, you'll like this. This probably won't, win over any people who think, who don't really enjoy it. But it's still kind of fun nonetheless. I think I'll swap... No, I can't swap down to her. I'll use my only worm select. The weapon selection is okay. There's plenty of content. And it is fun. I'm not going to deny it. It really is fun to play. It's because it's worms, and it's always fun to play worms. Do I have anything I can use that will be really good against this guy? No! Not kamikazeing something so simple.
Task was successful. Oof.
Also, I'm pretty sure this whole, oh crap. Well, at least I opened a hole for that worm to get out.
Signal.
Yeah, this entire worm set is just a reference to good old, Full Metal Jacket, was it? How did that not hurt him? Oh, it did. Never mind. Ow. So, yeah, my final recommendation is really... And I'm sorry for being so, like, so silly with this video. But yeah, my final recommendation is basically... buy this if you're a Worms fan who can deal with the issues. I mean, like, if you've been a Worms fan, you've really been dealing with the issues for years, haven't you? I might as well airstrike this guy over here. Since he never got out of the way, I might as well. And of course, if you played Worms Revolution already, you know exactly what you're getting, except it's on a portable. Not going to complain, really. It's nice to have a Worms game, but, you know, Worms Armageddon on the Vita would be absolutely ace. What? Lightning Strike.
Affirmative.
Well, that's one of my worms. That's another one of my worms gone.
Water presence confirmed. Placement is confirmed. Upgrade received.
Can I get up on top of this? Yes, I can. Will I be able to get out of the way of this mine fast enough? Yes.
Sample show liquid.
Another flamethrower, huh? What else do I have? I have a bunker buster. Can I use this for anything? I might as well attack him because this will bring him down to 0. There we go.
You have dishonored the platoon. Water presence confirmed. You will salute me, soldier. Wait for it. Sample show liquid as
Actually got me out of the water. That's kind of nice.
incoming object. Bridge confirmed.
Can I buy anything from the shop? No, I can't. Okay, let's... I don't have any jetpacks. Ninja rope, I guess.
We have contact.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Full damage, you kidding? Freaking hate the ninja rope in this one.
You're here to find water, soldier.
Wait. Now, see what I mean when I say the AI is kind of stupid? Oh. What the hell? I was in water and it still affected me. That's really odd.
Contact. Over.
Okay, what can I do here? Do I have any other... I do. Looks like I'll be striking you next, buddy. Let's aim a little bit to the right. Or to the left so that the wind... You see how slow the game is in this close-up view? That's kind of annoying. How much damage did I do to him? 20. Okay, the AI is kind of stupid. At least I hope that's the AI. Okay, so I just picked up a health crate. We're good. Let's see, what can I do from here? Well, I've got a homing missile, so I can use that. Zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. Just fire it this way, and boom. Okay, that's the end of that.
Yet again, we proved to be the dominant race. Well done all.
Alright, so, Worms Revolution Extreme. If you can deal with the performance issues and the fact that it's basically just Worms Revolution... Oh, I got a key. If you can deal with the fact that this is Worms Revolution and the performance isn't that good, you enjoy Revolution and you enjoy the more recent Worms games, this is probably worth a buy. If you have friends that are worth playing with, this is probably worth a buy. But if you can't stand performance issues, or if you plan on mainly going by yourself, there is a bit of single-player content. It's a fair amount. And you can always play against the AI, but, you know, multiplayer is where this game probably shines. So, if you just, yeah, if you've got friends to play with, or if you really like Worms and you want a good Worms on the Vita, this is probably your best choice. But, I mean, to be fair, even with all the game's issues, I'm still enjoying it. I don't know what else to say. The game is fun. It is honestly fun and enjoyable at times. And would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. Especially if you're looking for a Worms game on the Vita, because this is your best choice. Well, I guess that's that. I'll see you all next time.